Individual freedom is a fundamental principle that I safeguard.
I also think that she wants to take him out. She does not want to be the first lady.
The View is in hot water. Melania Trump just slapped them with a jaw-dropping $75 million lawsuit. Why? She claims the co-hosts went too far with their comments on her marriage and personal life. This isn't your average celebrity spat. It's a high-stakes showdown that could shake up daytime TV and redefine what's fair game for talk shows. Grab your popcorn. This drama is just getting started. All right, let's cut to the chase. Why is this lawsuit a big deal? Melania Trump versus The View has been a feud for years. Since her White House days, the co-hosts have made her a go-to punchline, and trust me, they haven't held back. Remember the Rose Garden redesign? They were relentless, and who could forget the holiday season jabs about her hatred for Christmas? Classic. Plus, they love speculating on her marriage to Donald Trump. Snarky comments like, she doesn't want to live with him are practically their bread and butter.
Wow. I mean, that is violent. They've got to stop talking like that about a former president who's had 2 assassination attempts. I mean, that's just ignorant.
Some folks brush it off as harmless talk show banter, but others see it as downright disrespectful. And it looks like Melania's finally had it. This isn't just about some mean jokes. It's about how those words shape her public image. When millions tune in, it shapes the narrative. And for someone who values her privacy, that's a serious issue. So this lawsuit, it's been brewing for ages, a perfect storm of tension and sass. But what did they say now that made her snap? Stick around, it's a real doozy. So what did The View say that got Melania Trump all riled up and dropping a $100 million bombshell? Well, buckle up because it was more than just a few playful jabs. It was a full-on roast about her marriage to Donald Trump. They didn't just joke about her supposedly hating him. They claimed she's avoiding him, doesn't even sleep in the same room, and might be plotting her exit if he makes a comeback in the White House. Talk about tabloid drama spilling onto national TV.
He was cheating while Melania was pregnant.
That's not going to come in front of the jury, though. The judge has ruled that won't come up.
We're on television now.
Then they really turned up the heat, suggesting she feels trapped by her public role and is completely over the whole First Lady gig. Not to mention those old Christmas jokes. They really dragged those back out. Classic. But here's the kicker. These remarks weren't just harmless banter. They crossed into potentially defamatory territory. Melania's legal team argues they made false, damaging accusations. In defamation cases, it's not just about being rude. You have to prove things were said with malice and that they hurt her reputation. So, did The View overstep this time, or is this just business as usual for them? Either way, the stakes are sky high for Melania, Sunny Hostin, and daytime TV. And that $100 million figure? Oh, we're about to dive into that.
That you would have to be sitting here defending him.
You never thought about that, but I'm not surprised in one way, because a lot of people, they're against my husband, and he's run for president, so nothing surprised me.
All right, let's address the $100 million elephant in the room. Seriously, why such a jaw-dropping number? Defamation lawsuits don't usually hit 9 figures, but Melania's legal team is making a statement, not just about money, but about sending a clear message. First, that outrageous figure is all about grabbing attention. It's working like a charm. Everyone is buzzing about it. It screams, this isn't just a slap on the wrist, it's a full-on wake-up call.
Because I do want to get back to this point with the left and Melania Trump. Why can't she just be her own woman and have separate?
And she can.
And so why all that criticism? I mean, that was gross from The View.
And I
look,
agree.
The View is not the litmus test of America. We don't think that.
They were afraid of that remark. That was their problem.
So why did they handle it that way?
Next up, deterrence. By tossing out a price tag that high, she's telling The View and every other talk show to think twice before bringing her up again unless they've got their facts straight. Now, the tricky part. To win, Melania's got to prove the statements were false, harmful, and either malicious or negligent. Her team argues that gossip about her marriage and personal life is not just harmless fun. It's damaging to her brand. And for Melania, Her reputation is everything. Future projects and partnerships hinge on it. Some legal experts speculate that the $100 million is a clever negotiation tactic. They might not expect to pocket that much.
I knew that it would be Sunny Hostin from The View. And
so what?
I know.
But this happened to you. You weren't lying.
It happened, but I will
but are aiming to leverage a hefty settlement or maybe even a public apology. So, the stakes are high. A win for Melania could change the game for how talk shows handle public figures. But a loss? That could be a whole different ballgame. Buckle up because it's about to get even messier for The View and Sunny Hostin. Things are heating up for The View, especially for Sunny Hostin. Let's cut to the chase. Melania Trump's lawsuit is more than just a name defense mission. It's a game changer. Here's the scoop. If this lawsuit gains traction, ABC might have to step in. Networks loathe liability. So if Melania's team proves defamation, brace for stricter oversight on what the co-hosts can say.
And you need to defend yourself all the time. As you may heard, I file a few lawsuits, and I'm in the court now because they accuse me of doing stuff that I never did in my life, and they wrote lies.
That carefree vibe The View is famous for? It's in serious jeopardy. Now, about Sunny, she's in the hot seat since she's been vocal against Melania. If this goes to court, she'd be forced to testify, and you know what that means. Lawyers dissecting her every word and probing her sources. Without solid proof, things could get super awkward for her.
I have this huge platform on The View, and I just started thinking about giving voice to the voiceless.
I said to my husband that, the language is inappropriate. It's not acceptable. And I was surprised because that is not the man that I know.
Sunny's legal background adds pressure. People expect her to know the limits. If the lawsuit sticks, it could tarnish her credibility on and off screen.
If you average out The View hosts, among the dumbest people on television.
Sunny's dumb. Certainly not the brightest person. And what she just said just doesn't make any sense. It's just like...
I will not allow that. I will fight till the end because I don't want that they damage my reputation and my name.
And if she becomes a liability, ABC might rethink her role, leading to some brutal scrutiny. Even if it doesn't reach trial, her reputation could take a hit. But it's not just The View at stake. If Melania wins or settles, it could send shockwaves across talk shows everywhere. Imagine hosts slapping disclaimers on every spicy take. So, the stakes are sky high, and this lawsuit sparks a big convo about free speech and defamation. Stay tuned, because the public has a lot to say about this drama.
Melania gave birth to the baby. He found Stormy to strip around with, right?
Yeah.
It's like people should look at him and say, what kind of an insecure jerk are you? You know what I mean? It's like, oh, my wife's pregnant. I'm not attracted to her big belly or something. And now she's paying attention to the baby and not me.
All right, let's dive into the chaos surrounding this lawsuit. It's bonkers. The opinions are flying, and honestly, it's a total divide. On one side, Melania's supporters are cheering, claiming she's finally standing up to those relentless talk show hosts. To them, this isn't just about her. It's about setting a precedent.
I do want to get back to this point with the left and Melania Trump. Why can't she just be her own woman and have separate?
And she can.
And so why all that criticism? I mean, that was gross from The View.
If a former first lady can be smeared, what's stopping anyone else? Then you've got the critics waving their free speech flags. They argue that The View thrives on debate and banter. If lawsuits start flying every time someone gets ruffled, where's the fun in that? And let's be real, 100 million? Is it justice or just a headline grab? Comment sections, absolute war zones. Fans of The View defend Sunny Hostin and crew, saying they're just playing the rumor game. Meanwhile, Melania's fans are claiming the co-hosts didn't just cross the line, they completely bulldozed it.
Now you know who has been bragging all over the campaign trail about how he's the one that overturned Roe v. Wade, but apparently his wife has different thoughts on the reproductive rights after posting this video plugging her memoir. Take a look.
I also think that she wants to take him out. She does not want to be the first lady anymore.
They agree with you.
She doesn't want to be the first lady. She's destroyed the Rose Garden. Who hates Christmas? Melania Trump hates Christmas. She doesn't want to decorate for Christmas. She doesn't want to have anything to do with him. She doesn't want to sleep in the same room with him. She can't tolerate him.
Allegedly.
And she does.
Yeah, how do you know all this?
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know all this.
Allegedly. That's why I say allegedly.
Legal experts are weighing in too. They point out that defamation cases involving public figures are tough nuts to crack. Melania needs to prove the statements were false and made with actual malice. Good luck with that. But her low profile might work to her advantage if the impact looks worse. And here's where it gets juicy. This isn't just about these two. It raises the big questions. Where do we draw the line between free speech and defamation? Do public figures deserve more media protection? It's a messy conversation that might never have a clear answer. So, the public reaction? Passionate and all over the place. This lawsuit is a massive spotlight on the balance between holding public figures accountable and respecting their boundaries.
And then after Melania gave birth to the baby, he found Stormy to strip around with, right?
Yes.
It's like people should look at him and say, what kind of an insecure jerk are you?
So what if Melania
of The
Trump's
View have
lawsuit
never
changes the
hesitated
game?
to share
Let's
their thought.
be real. The fallout could shake up talk shows and media as we know it.
There's a lot of people there against my husband, and he's run for president, so nothing surprised me.
It's got to be hard, though. I mean, it's got to be a difficult thing.
In one way, it's hard because press, it's very dishonest, and it's a lot of lies that they've written also about me as my husband, and you need to defend yourself all the time.
If she wins or even gets a hefty settlement, networks will freak out. They'll clamp down on hosts, giving legal teams the power to vet every opinion before it hits the air. Say goodbye to those lively debates on shows like The View and hello to a bland, filtered version of daytime TV. Yawn. But it's not just about the networks. A win for Melania could embolden other public figures to jump on the lawsuit bandwagon. Imagine a world where politicians and celebrities are suing left and right over jokes and comments. We could be in for an avalanche of legal battles. Now, if Melania loses, the message is clear. Talk shows can dish it out without fear. If you're in the spotlight, brace for the heat, even when it feels a bit unfair. This also raises some big questions. How far is too far when it comes to media scrutiny? Where's the line between tough criticism and personal invasion? It's a debate we can't ignore. And let's not overlook the legal implications. A trial could redefine what defamation looks like for public figures. It's not just about Melania and Sunny anymore. It's shaping the rules of engagement in media. So yeah, the stakes are sky high, not just for The View and Melania, but for the entire media and entertainment landscape. Buckle up, folks. This story is just heating up.
Our president says he thinks his wife should be allowed to think for herself.
We spoke about it, and I said, you have to write what you believe. I'm not going to tell you what to do. You have to write what you believe.
We're in the eye of a media storm with Melania Trump launching a $100 million lawsuit against The View. If this heads to trial, expect a wild show. Think dramatic depositions and lawyers dissecting every word from Sunny Hostin and her crew. This case could change the game. A win for Melania sends a clear message to talk shows: watch your words. But if The View wins, other shows might just throw caution to the wind and go for broke. Legally speaking, of course. It raises a big question for us. Should public figures get extra protection from media chatter? Where's the line between free speech and defamation? It's not just about Melania and one talk show. It's about media accountability on a grand scale. What do you think? Is Melania right to take a stand, or is this lawsuit a bit much? Share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for the latest updates. This drama is just getting started. Subscribe and stay tuned.